Right now at 2:30, CMPD is investigating another murder in Charlotte after a person was killed overnight. WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane breaking down what we're learning now. Plus, new details about plans to widen a congested stretch of NC 150 and why leaders are hoping to get it done sooner than originally planned. First, let's head straight into your weather impacting your afternoon. You're taking a live look now at Freedom Boat Club in Davidson. Does seem like a nice, calm afternoon, although on the gray side, but it's okay. We've had a little misty start to your Monday in the work week. Thanks for joining us here for your news at 2:30. I'm Jane Monreal with meteorologist KJ Jacobs. And KJ, what can we expect the rest of this week?
Jane, we're going to have the highs and the lows for this week. We're going to have rain to start off the week, chances for showers and thunderstorms, which is the case for today. Then we'll dry out the second half of the week and temperatures are going to warm up dramatically. We're looking at triple-digit heat for the second half of your week, so look for those heat advisories. Meanwhile, impactful weather is ongoing across the area. Notice we have some heavier showers. Not too much in the way of thunderstorms right now, but notice a few downpours for those of you in the mountains. Let's bring it down through the metro now. East of Charlotte, for those of you in Cabarrus County, some heavy showers moving towards Clear Creek. Also just south of Concourse, some heavier showers near Kannapolis there. And you can see these showers are drifting off towards Monroe, parts of 74 there, headed out of Charlotte towards Wadesboro. Also some steadier and heavier showers over in Lancaster County. And this is moving along a section of 77 through Chester County, just south of Richburg there. Also some showers over in Chesterfield County. So we do have some showers out there for this afternoon, some isolated thunder. Temperatures very warm. Charlotte heat indices coming in around 91, up into Lincolnton 88, but the heat will definitely hold off until mid and late week. There is a low chance for a couple storms to turn strong to severe as we move into your Monday afternoon, so we'll watch for that impact. Also, the heavy rain could lead to some localized flooding, so we'll watch for some flash flooding in some areas as we move into the second half of your day. Meanwhile, rain chances will likely stay about 40 to 50% through the evening commute, and then we'll have a secondary batch of showers possible, some scattered rain later tonight, closer to 10 and 11 p.m. As we move into the overnight hours, we will dry out, but there's more rain in the forecast for tomorrow. It'll be more isolated, and we're also looking ahead at much warmer temperatures. So we'll have a warm up coming for the second half of the week. Jane?
Thank you, KJ. Well, in just the last 2 hours, we've now learned 2 juveniles are facing charges in connection to a deadly street racing crash. CMPD says the driver of a Nissan was racing someone when they crashed into a Toyota as it was making a U-turn. We're told the people in the Nissan left the scene in the other car that was racing. The driver and passenger of the Toyota were taken to the hospital where the driver, 81-year-old Robert Birch, died. The suspects were later pulled over and arrested. They're being charged as adults for hit and run and spontaneous street racing. Right now, a man's in police custody after a SWAT situation ended peacefully. Just hours ago, police and SWAT teams surrounded a Circle K in South Park at the intersection of Sharon and Fairview Roads. We're told the man was having a mental health crisis inside the store. SWAT negotiators talked to him and were able to reach a peaceful resolution. CMPD had closed off the streets in the area, but they are now open. We continue to follow developing news out of South Charlotte, where a man was killed on Shadow Elm Drive. That's right off of East Woodlawn Road. Police tell us the person was stabbed. Investigators say they are talking to a person of interest. WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane on scene trying to gather more information.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm standing right where this whole incident unfolded, right here at this area, which is right next to the apartment complex's laundry area. Now, as we take a look at video, police were called to this location early this morning about a assault with a deadly weapon. When they arrived, they saw a man suffering stab wounds. That man pronounced dead at the scene. At this time, police are not giving us his name. Police also say at that time they saw a person who they called a person of interest. That person taken into custody to be interviewed. They also collected evidence, spent much of the night collecting evidence, and also trying to talk to anybody who might have seen what happened. At this time, police have not given us a motive for the incident, but they say they continue to investigate throughout. So if anyone out there has any information about what happened here at the Arbor Village Apartments, give them a call. We're right here in South Charlotte. Richard Devane for WCNC Charlotte.
And as we get more updates on this story and ones like it, make sure to download the WCNC mobile app so you can get any new information as soon as possible. Right now, more testing is starting at NC State's Poe Hall. Independent scientists are doing extensive testing for cancer-causing chemicals known as PCBs. More than 200 people say they were diagnosed with cancer after studying or working in that building. Earlier this month, attorneys reached a deal with NC State to allow independent testing. It is expected to last about a week. As we speak, North Carolina is working with hospitals to relieve medical debt for millions of people. The U.S. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services approved Governor Roy Cooper's program that aims to forgive $4 billion in existing debt. The move would impact about 2 million people. Hospitals will be rewarded with federal money in exchange for dropping debts. Just hours ago, CATS telling WCNC Charlotte the Independence Boulevard bus lane project should open by the end of the summer. Officials say this week CATS is working with Charlotte DOT to make sure the bus lane signals are working. Once that's done, bus drivers will get additional training. Right now, state officials in North Carolina are pushing to begin widening a congested part of NC 150 in the Lake Norman area. Crews plan to add multiple lanes to about 15 miles of highway. The area stretches from the NC 16 bypass in Catawba County to just west of the US 21 interchange in Mooresville. This is just one of the many Charlotte area roads leaders are hoping to fix, saying the biggest barrier blocking more upgrades is funding.
I fought so hard to use discretionary dollars to speed up by 8 years the 485-85 interchange right now. That's an absolute bottleneck to traffic moving. But we have challenges on I-77. We have challenges on 485. Those are the critical things I see.
The widening of NC 150 is fully funded with a price tag of $270 million. The final phase of the project includes construction on NC 150 in Catawba County. That's expected to begin in 2029. Meanwhile, the new high-tech solution is helping prevent traffic jams. Google is teaming up with cities worldwide to use artificial intelligence to stop gridlock way before it begins. NBC's Steve Romo has more.
Boston is notorious for bumper-to-bumper traffic, leaving Beantown drivers fed up. Boston has the 4th worst traffic in the country. Drivers here can spend, on average, nearly 90 hours a year, almost 4 days stuck behind the wheel. The national average is more than 50 hours. Nobody likes being stuck in traffic, so the city of Boston is teaming up with Google to try to make sure their drivers hit more green lights. It's called Project Greenlight, which in part uses artificial intelligence to monitor traffic patterns and then come up with solutions to improve traffic flow. Mateus Vervluet is a product manager with Google.
You know that great feeling when you hit 2 or 3 green lights in a row? That's what we're trying to create with Greenlight.
We went to one of the intersections Project Greenlight analyzed.
What is AI actually doing to these lights?
We're basically shifting a couple of seconds from one of the lights to the other one, right? And this prevents traffic from backing up.
It may not seem like much, but a few seconds can mean the difference between getting a red light or getting green lights all the way.
We're trying to create so-called green waves.
Yasha Franklin Hodge is Boston's chief of streets. He showed us the city's traffic control room.
Yeah, so this is the traffic management center.
Here, engineers monitor the city's roads. Project Greenlight makes suggestions to improve traffic flow, and the engineers then can implement those changes. Yasha says this will be a game changer.
We think Project Greenlight can be an important part of reducing delay in Boston.
But it's not just here in Boston. Project Greenlight is already live in Seattle and in 12 other cities around the world, improving efficiency and cutting down time at stoplights. This saves time for drivers and has an added benefit for air quality.
We see the potential for a reduction of up to 30% in the number of stops and 10% in emissions at affected intersections.
Hoping to put the project in the fast lane, making a positive impact on the environment and frustrated drivers. Stephen Romo, NBC News, Boston.
Now let's check in on the weather. Starting with a live look at Uptown from our view cam. It is a little cloudy, but I can see signs of sunshine out there. Meteorologist KJ Jacobs joining us now. You're also tracking some rain during parts of the day.
That's exactly right, Jane. Some of us are getting the sunshine, and I'm sure those folks are thinking, I thought it was going to rain all day. Yes, we will have on and off showers throughout the day, so you do have to be prepared for impactful weather today. At times, the rain is going to be heavy. Look for wet roads, some pondy on the roads, especially for that afternoon and evening commute. But by the second half of the week, we're going to dry out. Rain chances will decrease, but temperatures are going to increase. We're going to have triple-digit heat, upwards of 100 to 105 in terms of that heat index value for the second half of your week. We'll likely have a heat advisory for several days. Happening right now on your Monday afternoon, notice we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds out there for today. Certainly more clouds than sunshine. Those clouds are definitely beginning to grow out there. That's because we do have an impact of excessive rain for today. A low-end risk for flash flooding today. Rainfall rates could be upwards of 2 to 3 inches per hour. Right now, the rainfall rates are coming in about 1.5 inches per hour with some of the downpours we have now. As you can see it here, notice by Harrisburg, east and southeast of Harrisburg, in Cabarrus County, we have a stronger storm there. There's some lightning as well for those of you in the southern section of Cabarrus County. Also, some showers just north and east of Monroe headed towards Waysboro. And we do have a few scattering of showers for those of you in the foothills now just west and north of Lenoir. There's a downpour there. Also, we have some showers right along 64. This is in Alexander County. This is going to likely merge. These two cells here will merge and head towards Statesville very soon. This is in northern Iredell County. And east of Charlotte, right outside the 485 loop, we have some heavier showers for those of you just south of Concord there, right along 601. This is headed towards Stanley County, and this is all going to collide overhead in Albemarle. Lancaster, you're seeing some heavier showers in your neck of the woods, and this is going to make a pass through Lancaster, moving into Chesterfield County and covering a lot of ground for those of you in Chesterfield County. Now, there is a risk for severe weather. If you're watching me, you will certainly have that potential with the breaks in the cloud cover now. That's adding fuel to the fire, so we could have an isolated risk, meaning 1 or 2 storms could become strong to severe before it's all said and done. Notice the rain chances. They will remain in that scattered category, so upwards of 40 to 60% for your daylight hours. As we move towards sunset, we'll bring them down to about 20%, but we're not out of the woods for a few showers to linger later tonight. Taking a look at Futurecast, I'll walk you through it now. Notice we'll have a few scattering of downpours out there for today. This type of energy could certainly lead to that flash flood risk before the day is over. This will likely be the wettest day of the week. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, a cloudy or gray start to your day, perhaps some fog out there early on. Passing shower can't be ruled out. I will tell you the clouds will likely give way to some sunshine into your Tuesday afternoon, so we'll begin to dry out as we head into the middle of the week. But for now, over the next 12 hours, rain chances through the evening commute. Take it easy out there, and a quick look at the tropics as we have some potential for further development here as we're looking at an area of disturbed weather in the central tropical Atlantic. This could move and develop right near the Bahamas, so we'll look for any further development along the East Coast in the coming days as we move into midweek. Your Guy Roof and 7-day forecast. So we're shaded in red here for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, perhaps even into the start of your weekend. Notice the daytime temperature is 95 to 100, but that feels like temperature. Once you add in the humidity, it could take its toll, so stay weather aware through the second half of the week. Heat index values between 100 to 105. Jane?
Ooh, very steamy. Thanks, KJ. The action is underway at another packed day of the Paris Olympics. In just a few minutes, South Carolina native Asia Wilson and Team USA take the hardwood in Paris for the first time. This summer, the team hopes to win its 8th straight title. Wilson won her first gold medal in Tokyo. By the way, dozens and dozens of athletes from the Carolinas are in Paris for the Olympics. So just scan the QR code that's on your screen to see the full list of Olympians and their stories so you can follow their journeys. Time to connect the dots when we make the news make sense. The Olympics are in Paris, but one of the game's hottest events is almost 10,000 miles away. WCNC Charlotte's Ben Thompson connects the dots.
This year, Olympic surfing is being hosted in the small island nation of Tahiti. Let's connect the dots. Paris officials say the decision to hold the competition in Tahiti aligns with their goal to spread the games across France. Tahiti is the largest nation in French Polynesia and one of France's most well-known territories. The village where surfing's being held has already been a world-renowned venue for surfers for decades. It's dangerous, though, with surfers having to be careful of heavy waves and shallow reefs. While the 48 surfers competing are miles away from Paris's Olympic Village, they won't be missing out. Athletes will be enjoying the game's first ever floating Olympic Village, a cruise ship with 24-hour dining, a tattoo shop, and a water slide. And that is Connecting the Dots.
And that is your latest news at 2:30. Hope you join our crew. WCNC Charlotte starting at 6 o'clock for the latest local news. Have a great day.